guys, what's going on? This is Liam. A couple of things to cover today. The first thing is, finally got this bad boy. So I don't know if you can see what this is, but this is a pill press. When I was doing it myself, it was taking forever for myself personally. So I can do that. I'm gonna rent out a proper space where I can get all detoxed and all safe and get a whole body situation. I've got a finally found a farmer where I can source the liver. I had a good place in Thailand, but now I'm over here. But it's fine, the sun is good. It's the emails I'm answering today. You can see here, it's my front yard. So I've finally found a farmer I can source the liver from. I've got to buy a shit ton of liver. But thankfully they're going to desiccate it for me. They're going to test it for pathogens. They're going to test it for bacteria. They're going to test it for all sorts of stuff. So thank God. I wanted to make sure they do that, so it's going to cost me a bit, but I'm going to get it done. So I'm going to get to you guys as quickly as I can. It's going to have all sorts of stuff, as I spoke about yesterday. But one cool thing that happened to me today was I went and saw a wounds nurse. So basically it's a nurse who will fix my wounds and do it in a professional way. She's all up on like everything, like pressure and, you know, should you use betadine, should you use iodine, should you do a salt soak, should you be sleeping like this, should you have a special cradle so that the blanket doesn't sit on your wound, and I'm going to have to get one of those things. Super fun, always wanted to sleep with a foot cradle ever since I was a little boy, love it. So one thing that was interesting is she was the first person ever to ask me about diet, and it was really interesting. So she said, look at the feet, and she went, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. And she was like, guys, get in here and look at it. It's like, wow, this is great. It's taking photos. Can I take photos, show my friends? Usual sort of thing, right? And so she, you know, she does the whole thing and she dresses them and she cleans them and everything, which is great. You know, it's a fantastic, you know, I really rate nurses more than doctors. And especially since this happened. So the nurse said to me, so what are you eating? You've got to eat plenty of seafood. And I said, yeah, I do eat seafood. I have caviar, I have salmon, I have oysters, I have scallops, I have, prawns, stuff like that, you know. And she says, great, because you're going to need zinc to heal the skin. What about vegetables? And we had a bit of discussion about vegetables, and I sort of explained to her, she's like, you know, you get all, you can get a lot of B vitamins from vegetables, and you can get lots of, you want to have calcium for, you know, you want to have spinach and stuff like that. And I said, look, you can't really get the calcium from the spinach because there's something called oxalate. And she's like, what's an oxalate? Doesn't make any sense. What does it do? And it says it's something that encapsulates the calcium, makes oxalate crystals. It can cause more problems. And she says, okay, you know, like we spoke about food, and we actually had a long conversation about food, and it really made me realize that, and I'm not just saying it's because my mum's a nurse, but I'd rather have a nurse take care of me than a doctor any fucking day. And I think a big reason that you know, that nurses are just more caring and more knowledgeable, honestly, is because they spend more time with the patient. I've seen nurses, you know, they have to get a decision from the doctor, and they just page the doctor and get a decision, and the doctor doesn't even come and see me and just says, yeah, do this, which is ridiculous. So the nurse would obviously know more because they're there and everyone's different. And there was a really great, I think it was a meme or something, and it's like the doctor says to the patient, oh, don't disregard my don't disregard my 4 years of medical education from a Google search. And then the patient says back, don't disregard my, or don't, you know, whatever the word is, ignore my 12 years of living with this disease from your 4-hour lecture. And it's like, bang, it's so true. And I'm reading this book by Jack Kruse, the Epipaleo RX. It's phenomenal. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see me talk about it. And he talks about that. He says the first 2 years are learning about the human physiology and diseases and bacteria and pathogens, and they don't even learn about parasites, but the first 2 years is like drinking from a fire hydrant. You can't learn everything. So of course the patient's going to learn, the person who's sick is going to spend more time learning about their own ailment than the doctor. Okay, if you look at an ENT, they're not just dealing with tinnitus, they're dealing with all sorts of problems such as deafness, such as physical injuries, such as lacerations, such as perforated eardrums, not just to ring in any ears, you know, bacterial infections, grommets for children, pressure problems, all sorts of stuff. And they're also dealing with sinus problems, sinus infections, sinus surgery. When I had allergies, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the ENT thought my tinnitus was due to allergies. And so I had surgery on my nose to have the inside of my nose widened. So I want you to imagine like a drill, and they widen that, and then what they do is they put 2 long gauze, like a worm of gauze in your nose, and then after it they just go and pull it out, and I gotta tell you, it's not fun. So I think I can probably honestly say, in the world of tinnitus and medicine, I've probably been through more pain than most people. But I'm not saying the most pain, but more fucking pain trying to figure this stuff out. So, and it didn't do anything. Allergies are still there. It's just that the snot leaked out of my nose. Funny thing, ever since I got sick, my allergies are gone. Go figure, right? Go figure. So I just want to make this video. There's nothing really else to touch on. The supplement's coming soon. Very excited about that. I found someone who will make it for me. Still trying to find the brain, but the liver is there. I'm not going to talk about what else is going to be in it because I want to wait until I, want to pump it up and make it exciting and, reveal what's in it, because it's all, when I look at tinnitus and look at people that have it, it really comes down to a mitochondrial problem. Everything that I've been advising for so long, I'm making video, I'm just going back and doing it again. I did a video yesterday about coffee. I'm going to do one about cold water. What's the benefit of cold water? What does it do? Well, it actually shortens the electron chain tunneling system. So you have different steps, you have different proteins that go through the membranes of the mitochondria. That means multiple. So mitochondrion is one, mitochondria is multiple. So I'm talking about thousands of mitochondria within the ear, within the cochlea, within the hair cells within the cochlea, within the ear, within the brain. And what's happening is it's shortening so it can make more trips. The light can make more trips, the electrons can make more trips. But of course, you need the passengers within the electron chain tunneling system, so you need the sunlight. And you also don't want to get this bullshit, which is why I never have this on. I never have that on ever, okay? So that's kind of just an information video. I thought I'd just keep you guys posted on what I'm doing. And if you want my free guide to tinnitus, I just updated it, so click below, get that for free. Make sure you whitelist my email. You get emails from liam@liamstopstinnitus.com. I don't open that inbox, but if you want to email me back, you've got to hit support. Okay, support@liamstopstinnitus.com. That's what I'm doing right now. It just turned itself off. Talk soon, guys.